Hi everyone, in this video I'm going to post a clip from a Steve Harvey show where a guy is asking that why women who date men who are earning less than them, why women distance themselves from such men or don't date such men, which is a question. He didn't ask why they don't date such men, but it is a question many men globally ask about women. Those men who are unhealed think that if a woman is richer, she will not date someone who is poorer than her, when in fact the statistics, I'm pretty sure, globally can show that there are many women globally who earn more than their spouses. Mostly this happens in the lower middle class or poverty stricken sections of the world, but it is also, even though it's a majority possibility in the lower income status of the world, or from middle income to bottom 50 percentile of the world, this likely happens. But in the middle income to upper percentile also, there are certain percentages of women whose stories we might have even seen globally. Like I have seen the story of the Samsung CEO's daughter who married someone who was less rich than her, the Japanese princess who left her princess life after she married a commoner. These are examples of some women who have married men poorer than them, of less socioeconomic status than them, of even less power, political power, or monetary power, or ruling power than them. And I'm pretty sure all of these women face the same challenges as this woman faced in this clip. She said that she was dating someone who was earning less than her, and when they were living apart in different cities, she bought him her Christmas gift ticket for him to travel with her, and in order to meet her during Christmas. So now, why is she buying him a ticket? Is she buying him a ticket to show that, see, I have more money than you? No, she's not doing that. But the guy took it as her showing her financial power, when all she was doing was she wants to spend time with him. She may not have the holidays possibly to spend time with him. If you are earning more, you're also more likely to be busier in your professional life, because it comes with the territory. The more you earn, the more responsibilities you may have. Or someone who earns more also is a very the reason why God gives certain people more money, financial powers, because they are ready to work hard towards the goal they have in life, be it a professional goal, be it being good at their work, be it being very deeply involved in their work. So it's possible she didn't have that many holidays. It's possible even if she had some holidays, she maybe wanted him to see her at her new place and explore the city that she lives in. She might have had this wish and desire that maybe after moving into a new city, if it's been 6 months or a year since she moved there, while she's been busy at work, she didn't get to explore the city by herself. So she wanted during Christmas time to explore that city with her boyfriend. Whatever, she had a lot of possibly emotional reasons for buying the ticket, rather emotional, and some practical reasons, but that had nothing to do with showing someone that she has more money access than the guy. But unfortunately, the guy took it as a egoic thing, and Steve Harvey mentioned here that some guys take it as a element of shame that they are not able to provide for their women. And this is the shame that men need to get out of. First of all, shame, or some people might feel shame, some men might feel guilt, some men might feel insecure, some men might feel oppressed too, financially oppressed, even though there is no oppression intended, but they are karmically now feeling the oppression that they might have in their own life or in a past life as a man done to some women, where even though they had the financial power, their soul never took the choice of spending more money on their spouse than they were capable of spending that. So there are guilt involved, all these things that could be from present life karma, past life karma, past history of what they have seen in their family life, where they might have seen their mom getting oppressed, and their dad could have had this done the same choice, that during Christmas vacation time, if their dad was working in a different city, he could have sent money for the mom and the kids to go and visit the dad in a different city. But the dad may not have made that choice, and the angst of the mom might have come up in those conditions. And instead of this guy now waking up to the angst of his mom, like, this guy could have, it's not just about this guy, there could be many other guys like this. One guy could have a mom whose angst he was supposed to learn from having dated a girl who is earning now more money like his dad used to earn, and the girl who is ready to show to him that when you earn more, how are you fairly and equitably supposed to spend more, and a lesson that he possibly didn't learn from his dad. So when he didn't learn it from his dad, he's meant to learn it from his girlfriend who is earning more than him. An act of to understand financial generosity, to understand financial equitability, to understand when one partner is doing the financial work more, what is the other partner supposed to do? He was also supposed to learn something about his mom, possibly, like, if the father is earning more, mother is not earning at all or very less compared to the father, while the father is doing the financial responsibility of spending more in the Christmas time, buying a ticket to travel somewhere during Christmas time, buying a ticket for a Christmas time vacation, whatever the father could have done because he earns more or he's the only earning member. What is the mother who is not earning or earning less doing? Most of the time, if women are balanced, are not mentally ill, are not socially ill, are family focused, if they are good women, if they are good mothers, they will be focusing on creating a magical Christmas time, maybe by cooking something important for the family, or they might make some hand woven gifts for the family, handcrafted gifts for the family, or they might arrange for some family time related activities, which is what a balanced, healed, equitable partner will do. That if you are giving financially more, I will give emotionally more. So this is where this guy had to step in. If this guy had this mother-father dynamic that had been playing in his past, his this girl's boyfriend, this was his main issue, he needs to now step in to understand what role his mother was always playing when she didn't have any financial independence, or her financial value was less in the world. What did she bring value in the world instead? She brought value in form of energy, in form of love, in form of care, in form of caretaking, and which is what he was supposed to step into if he was ready to step into that role. And his role then would have been for this girlfriend, while if he, with the shame, guilt, remorse, whatever negative emotion stems up in his heart or soul as a result of insecurity, whatever is coming up in his heart, thinking that this wife or potential future wife, because everyone, when we are dating, we are looking at another person from a potential life partnership perspective only. Very few people are dating others for just sleeping with them or cheating on them. So those who are the good men, the average man who wants to date average women and with the hopes of marrying them in the future, if you're feeling insecure financially when the woman is earning more, you have to first understand you want to earn more than her. That universe will give you the chance to earn more than her, but that chance might come 10 years later, 5 years later. Why are you bothered now about a future that hasn't manifested yet? Look at the present that you have with her, and in the present that you have with her, when what are you supposed to, are you only supposed to learn about being a man from just your father or all male members of the society, or are you supposed to learn about being a balanced human from both your parents? Why do you have two sets of parents and genes from two sets of parents? You are supposed to learn from both sets of parents. And when men fail to learn from the set of parent who didn't have that financial independence or who had lower socioeconomic status, he could have also come from a family where the father was earning less, mother was earning more, but again at that time the father who is earning less is supposed to be doing some things to bring the same thing that his father's generation was supposed to bring in more love, more care, more caretaking, more of the gender roles related to femininity that we associate associate with, mostly women we used to associate with in the past, that same gender role of women's role of women giving care, caretaking, housekeeping, socializing, all these activities that women are good at, used to be good at doing, and socializing, building the community life. These are the activities the women, when men are out at work, these are what women are supposed to be doing. They're supposed to be building a network of friends. They're supposed to be building a network of social group who can help them when some family emergency arises. They are supposed to connect to all family by communicating with family. They're supposed to do some social activities if they have the free time to do social activities. They're supposed to connect with their children's parents. All these things women are supposed to be doing. But if the gender roles are flipped, when the man is working less, women is working more, then the man has to take over this role. And men don't realize it, but it is a mandatory aspect of balancing life with your partner. If you want a good, healthy partnership where your spouse is busy doing one thing, instead of competing with your spouse, you have to collaborate with your spouse. But many men's ego, or even sometimes women's ego also does this, but in this specific case where the woman is earning more, it's the man's ego that comes into place, man's negative emotions that are meant to. Now if he was a balanced masculine feminine energy holding person, he would understand the value and worth of the guilt, shame, insecurity, any negative emotion he is feeling, even the anger. If he feels anger that why can't I earn more than my spouse? Why? Because say you are a man who is, in a previous life you worked hard a lot, but in that working hard a lot you got so tired. In this life you decided that God, give me a wife who will earn more than me so that I don't have to work so hard professionally. So God gave you that wife, or potential of that wife in your life who will earn more than you. But then what are you supposed to do? Maybe you are tired doing the outside work activities of what a professional life needs from a woman or a man. But if you are not doing the outside home activities and you want a wife to do that role, then inside home activities you have to do. You have to do the child caretaking now, you have to do the home caretaking, you have to do the cooking, you have to do the cleaning, and you can't be the that is what is meant to happen in the ideal scenario. Now whether that ideal scenario will unfold will depend on whom? The man itself. It depends on, if you want a richer wife, you have to do certain things then that a poorer person has to do. If you want a equal income wife, again you have to then do the equitable income earning person, equal income earning persons, what kind of role they have to do. So whatever you want, or if you want to earn more, then you earn more, then you let go of dating someone who is earning more than you. And that is what this guy eventually likely chose. He distanced himself, he pushed her, and he might have covertly or overtly pushed her. Now if his ego was too much, he might overtly push, be angry at her, will not go to the trip, will start insulting her, all the insecurity will lead him to show his toxic masculinity and toxic femininity traits. If his toxic masculinity is high, he will show it in the form of masculine energy driven anger, oppression, denial, stonewalling, all these things he will do, and just simply not communicate, or he will start having affairs with someone, or he will start looking for spending time more with his friends than with his girlfriend, all these things. And if he's doing that, that's a passive aggressive trait, that's a toxic femininity trait. When he starts looking for other social circles, or deliberately avoiding calls of the wife, these are toxic femininity traits. So when either toxic masculinity or toxic femininity or both will show up in the relationship, and then obviously the girl will have no choice than to and anyways if she's living in a different state, automatically naturally things will happen that the relationship will fail. So it's not that she denied the man, or she didn't want to date him even though she knew he had a less salary. And how do I know about this? Because I have constantly dated, I have even married those men who earned less than me, or was ready to marry men who were earning less than me. And every time some social issue that I mentioned in the previous 4-5 things that could be happening will happen. So one is As I said, if the parents didn't have balanced income, what he was supposed to learn from the parents' experience and then with the girlfriend experience. If he learns it, then he will learn that he will understand the pain of one or both of his parents, and he will understand from the pain what is the solution. If he had started understanding from the pain what is the solution to balance out, to do the opposite, that if he had taken this trip, instead of spending money, if she has spent $500 on a plane ticket or $1,000 on a plane ticket, because vacation time tickets are expensive also, so whatever amount she has spent, can he not set up that I will save $1,000 or $500 worth of gift giving and give her a good gift next year? In the next 1 year I will save this money and give her something. Every month he can save $100 and save it and give her that level expensive gift next year. He could think about that. That could be an alternative, just if he wants to compete, but compete in a healthy manner. If he wants to also compete in a balanced manner, the competition then arises. If she is spending money on me, I will spend on love. There are so many free gifts of the world that you can spend on. So why aren't you spending on thinking about giving a free gift to her, the gift of being kind to her, the gift of, these are the easier gifts to give actually. And even though it's an easier gift, if your ego is high, if your trauma of unhealed past experiences is high, if you have not matured in life, if you don't understand the value of something challenging and atypical that has shown up in your life, and atypical things show up in everyone's life. It's not a very random thing that it is showing up in his life. In fact, if he would speak to other male friends who have girlfriends who earn more than them, he would have found, if he first sought those friendships, then only he will be able to have this conversation with those people where the girlfriends are earning more, wives are earning more. But if he never wants to be that man where the wife or girlfriend can earn more, he will self-sabotage the relationship, which is what happened to the Samsung CEO's daughter. Her husband was given same level of CEO level, not CEO level, but some managerial level status at the company, but he completely combusted because he couldn't handle the work-life pressure, the politics and whatever. And it's okay, him not handling the politics, him not being able to be as cutthroat as the company was. And from that also he could have learned something, but he was also, it was not simply about the work financial roles where he was failing. That guy was failing in that relationship with his spouse because he could have let go of that cutthroat work life, left it all to his wife to handle. He could have focused on the home life, but instead of doing that, he ended up cheating on her, and whatever he ended up doing, it ended up destroying their marriage because he was self-sabotaging. He was incapable of handling the pressure of being married to someone of a higher socioeconomic status and a different kind of a very different kind of a lifestyle that he is used to. He's an ordinary man, so he needs to first realize that I want an ordinary life. If he holds and this is where men also fail. Sometimes some men have come on earth to lead a very ordinary life, but if you start if your toxic femininity is always jealous and always thinking like that is a toxic femininity trait that causes men or women to sometimes jump into doing things that they are not capable of doing. That is not their job. They didn't come on earth to do that job. He didn't come on earth to be a Samsung CEO or any multinational corporate company CEO. He might have come on earth, he might have some good business intelligence, so he could have come on earth to be a businessman, or he could have come on earth to be just an ordinary Korean or ordinary Korean living in America, wherever he was living or he ended up living, I don't know. But he had to first understand that he didn't want to handle this politics. He is not capable of handling this politics. If he had realized that about himself, he would have automatically, if he was also in his balance feminine masculine energy, that guy could then have very reasonably within 1-2 years realize this marriage is not working out, and then slowly try to break off the relationship in the right ways. Or if he wanted to work on his relationship, if he really loved his wife, then he should have focused on loving her instead of loving the job she does. Loving someone doesn't mean you have to love the job they do and also to become a partner at the job they do. That is the kind of love only possible by someone who is of the same mental status, intellectual status, social status, whatever status is required to do that kind of cutthroat job. if that person has that quality, if you realize you don't have that quality, you have to check out from a place where if you are not ready to do the job that you are that place requires for you to do. So in this woman's case also, I can see how hurt she's feeling that she dated someone less with less income potential, but he backed off from he self-sabotaged the relationship. What she needs to understand, and even any woman who dates a less earning man and then realizes all these problems and challenges with them, every woman like that has to understand this globally, because there are multiple women in Asia, especially in Asian cultures, because in Asia it's even more considered, men feel the shame 10 times more, I feel, than if it was a American couple. But if it were, or a Western society couple, where women have been working for a little bit more decades and centuries than in Asian cultures, and because of which, and working and earning more also, because of which it has slowly started getting accepted. Even there it doesn't get accepted completely. So there are top tier men who will be okay with it, but very few men actually are wise enough to understand the role that they have to play, the shift in role they have to take when the spouse is earning more and the husband is earning less, or the spouse is more popular and the husband is less popular. If the husband is less popular, the husband is earning less, his role now is to shift into becoming the looking at and focusing at the home caretaking aspects rather than expecting the spouse to do it. The family caretaking aspect, the social and community building aspects, that is the role of the man who is married or dating someone who is less, if the man is slightly less powerful, slightly less popular, slightly less sociable, slightly less cutthroat, all this. And this balance will come only if that man exists and that man is ready to rise to that occasion. If you are not ready to rise to that occasion, then also the relationship will combust. Now there is also a question of ethics related things, like I think some unethical things were also going on in the company, which this guy was not able to handle when the Samsung thing came out. Unethical things might also arise. Here the unethical thing was not there. This girl was a very ordinary girl, so for her the unethical thing was not there. But this guy who asked the question, he was likely dating a unethical or not a good woman, because there are also gold digger like women who or narcissistic women who want their men to constantly be the supply of their bank account, like they don't want to earn. There are many women who are also not self-respecting enough or want to continue the older paradigm of women not working. But these women who don't want to work, they are also very greedy women and selfish women. So all they want is the man to just give them the money for their dancing, partying, wearing of expensive clothes, looking beautiful, they will maintain the house, but at the very bare minimum level. They don't care. They're narcissistic women, they're possibly even antisocial personality type women, they're manipulative women. So they will do these three kind of traits more than they will do the normal traditional women traits where women were caretaking at the home. Those kind of women don't exist right now on earth. Very few women are like that, who will be not okay with sharing of home responsibilities. Most women right now in this point of time on earth need a spouse who knows how to do at least some aspect of home caretaking, child caretaking. Some minimal aspect at least has to be done by a partner. That is the need of the hour in the current global society, because if expenses are running high, if inflation is high, all these things will determine both partners have to work. Now when both partners have to work, it doesn't matter who's earning slightly more, slightly less, or extravagantly more, extravagantly less. But if you're living in a city life, this is a must have in a city life, that both partners have to do equal caretaking activities in the home life, equal socializing related, equal or equitable activities, and balancing activities have to be done. Because women also have, from lifetime after lifetime, having taken care of everything related to all the things that are called in business world the soft skills. There are these soft skills that women have been doing all their life. where they have been softer, they've managed the anger of the spouse, they've managed the anger of the health of the spouse when the spouse is falling sick, because when you're constantly working also outside, sometimes you fall sick. So women have that intuitive knowledge of seeing when the spouse is falling sick, and they will caretake the spouse immediately as soon as the spouse is falling sick. If you see a spouse sniffling, if she's a good woman, she will make some hot soup for him. If he has got fever, she'll tell him to rest and give him rest. But how many women get that back from their husband? They don't even get that back during their excruciating period pain times, when for 4 days, 5 days, 3 days in a month they are writhing in pain, and their partner doesn't even provide them a simple hot water bottle, or a simple stomach massage, or simple cooking of some food that they would love to eat. How many and women are mostly 10 times, 100 times more in pain when they are having all these health issues related to periods regularly in a month. And monthly a man has a chance to do the same thing that a woman does daily for their spouse, but even then the man doesn't live up. So do you understand, the shame and guilt and all has a purpose. Whatever insecure feelings you are having, those emotions and feelings you are meant to have, because there's generation and generation of women who have been ignored by their spouses. And if you are a son or a grandson of such a family life where the women's care and health and every caretaking was ignored constantly, you are the son who was born to that family to become more self-aware about where the woman needs help, how the women needs help, how to be a supportive partner to the women. That's why you were born with some soft skills, born with some feminine traits, born with the traits where you have to do more of the home caretaking now, or social life caretaking, or focus more on child caretaking also, and in the right balanced way that women used to do. This is also another problem. There are many men who have taken over some of these roles. In my own family life, after my mom died, my dad did that. He took over some of the roles that women do at home life. But even though he took it over in a very fractional, marginal, non-existent way, where because he didn't take over in a way at the extent at which women actually do these activities, I had a whole neglectful childhood where I had to be my own adult. I didn't have a woman or a man to talk to when I had problems outside home. I didn't have... Anyway, that's a thing I have to work on. But I didn't have the normal life where if you don't have balanced feminine masculine energy holding parents in your life, you will have to grow up sooner, sometimes in childhood. And while I'm crying about it, this is also the same reason why I understand when men and women are acting out the way they are acting out. And most of the time it's the denial in them, the insecurity in them, all the negative energies in them, where they didn't understand what is the value of the negative energy. Like my crying and pain from my childhood is the same reason why I'm also able to understand the pain of other people who are going through the same issue. And you think a woman doesn't understand when a man doesn't have enough money to pay for something? Does she not understand? If she's a good woman, if she's not a greedy woman, if she's not a manipulative woman, if she is not a woman who's a gold digger and wants just the man to constantly supply her with money and other monetary material comforts, if she's not that kind of a woman, if she was meant to be a balancing spouse, supportive spouse, equally yoked spouse, a balancing and supportive spouse means to be the spouse who is okay with the wife giving you the money when the wife has extra money. And it doesn't mean that you will never get the opportunity to give her and pay her back for the money she's spending on you. Why are you feeling so guilty about taking something? You can only feel guilty and guilt and shame when you are using that woman. That's the only time that guilt and shame will not arise, cause you to become better for her. If you were not using her, if you were not manipulating her, and if you're not just casually dating her thinking like she's my backup plan and she loves me, I don't love her as much, but let's see how far this goes. There are many men who do that also. So if they are just dating you for that fun of it, they will date you until you have until their ego is okay with it. That's why their ego causes them to self-sabotage it, because or cause her pain and hurt, because he is not ready to learn to be a better man for her. Next woman he might be a better. Now if again his role in life was supposed to earn less than his wife, then maybe next woman he will learn slowly that life lesson. Or if he never learns, he will constantly be that self-sabotaging man who will never live up to the expectation of the potential he could have had, being the kind of personality type he is and the personality type that draws the kind of women he will draw. He will end up drawing, either if he is a lazy man who doesn't want to earn a lot of money, and either lazy, not cutthroat, whatever is needed to be successful in a particular lifestyle that he wants. If he wants a luxurious lifestyle but he is himself unable to manage the finances for that kind of a lifestyle, he will have to have a wife who earns more than him. But then if the wife is providing that lifestyle to him regarding the financial and monetary comforts, then what has he got to provide? The opposite end of the thing, right? Same way, if he doesn't want that financially comfortable lifestyle, he's okay, he's a minimalistic kind of a man, then he will never earn that high enough money if he constantly oppresses women and feels insecure if a woman is earning more than him. So he will never get access only to that kind of a woman anymore in the future. If after, say he self-sabotages 2 relationships with 2 good women who were equitable in sharing their money, but he didn't understand the value of what that equitability means. While they are sharing the money, he has to share the emotional aspects of things, and he had that softer soul or softer energy for him to be emotionally balancing for the woman. Because if a woman is working now in a cutthroat job, what does she need from a man? If a man needs security and home life where the wife is caretaking him, making food for him, making sure he's relaxed and rejuvenated in home life, and providing him what he needs in the home life in a balanced way, then if the gender roles are reversed now and the wife is earning more and she's in a cutthroat job, then the man has to provide that security in the home life, and he has to learn that is what his role is. But if he doesn't learn it, he will never be ready to be the spouse that she needs. And that's why it's the woman has to let go of such a man. And right now, though in the world there are many women who do earn more, like in China also, there's this concept of the leftover women over 30 who are not getting married. Why? First of all, there's one child policy in China. Secondly, again, if you keep on holding to the expectation that the man only has to earn more than you, if you are a high earning woman, finding those men will be difficult, because those men, if 2 high earning people are now married, many men do not want to give in again equitably in the home life. There are many other men who will earn the same salary as their wife, or maybe the wife is earning maybe 10,000-20,000 less than the wife, and the man is earning slightly more than the husband, than the wife. Even then, those men, if they are earning slightly more also, they don't want to equitably give into the home caretaking needs, even though it is a need of the hour for their family life to have that kind of balancing life. And men have come, the men who are born in this century or in the last century, tail end of last century, all those men who are eligible to be good partners in their 30s, 40s, 50s, whatever age range you are a single man still looking for a wife, you have to understand how to balance the work and home life with your partner now. If you want to be a good spouse, if you want to be a good father, you have to learn that skill even if your parents didn't teach you. It is a need of the hour to raise a better society of the future. Because if you want children to caretake you, if you want a family life where the wife is caretaking you, you have to also give into this is the equitable point of time on earth's life. Earlier, when men used to do all the outside activities and none of the at home activities, that is a past. That level of evolution of earth's life where men did everything outside and women did everything at home has